And Chuck Sizzle is going to be on IR for the foreseeable future. Keep in mind that the IR now is 4 weeks, so it's not like it was in the past where it was 6 weeks. In the past, if you put some player on IR, they had to stay on the IR for 6 weeks. Now it's you have to stay on the IR for 4 weeks, which is a lot better because overall wise, you can put a player on IR and not have to worry as much. But he's still gonna be out for 4 weeks. Like, he is still going to be out until potentially after our bye week, which is not that horrendous, right? We got the Titans, the Cardinals, Seahawks bye week, and then hopefully he comes back for the 49ers game. It's not 100% he's going to come back for the 49ers game, but there's a chance he comes back for the 49ers game. Now, here's the problem slash dilemma we're in, right? The problem with Chuck Sizzle is he has a broken finger. And it's not easy to be a wide receiver or a kick punt returner when you have a broken finger. So it is what it is. What does this mean for us? We're gonna get more play time with Yoshi. We saw last week that Yoshi had the most snaps of the whole entire year so far in last week's game. Week 1 he had 1 snap. Week 2 he had 2 snaps, and then last week he had 8 snaps, which is just going to continue to even progress more and more as we go throughout the next couple weeks. I mean, it does suck, but Travion Williams will end up just being that, guy who's going to be a punt and kick returner. Right now, Travion Williams has been our kick returner, but now we're going to see him also be our punt returner. Now that he is taking on that responsibility, though, of both positions, what we're going to see is that he probably will not be utilized in the backfield as much as he has been the last couple of weeks. Surprisingly enough, the guy who has been on, kind of healthy scratch the last couple of weeks was Chris Evans. They really didn't utilize Chris Evans. They weren't making him active the last couple of weeks. We're probably going to see him now become more active in using this offense. We're also going to see Chase Brown more utilized in this offense. So far, Chase Brown throughout the season, he has had 1 snap week 1, he had 0 week 2, and he had 1 week 3. So we're probably going to see more utilization of Chase Brown and Chris Evans in this offense, while Travion Williams will be more dedicated to kick and punt return. It really does suck because Chuck Sizzle has an explosive speed to him, right? And we saw that in the Ravens game where he scored the only touchdown in that first half for us. So now losing him, a guy we drafted in the 4th round here, it sucks. It really does. Because at the end of the day, you have so much high expectations and hope that this guy's going to pan out. And, he might. He might end up panning out, but injuries suck. Injuries are part of football. So, again, like I said, this means, again, for the next 4 weeks, we won't have him. Now, again, it's a broken finger, so most likely after 4 weeks, he'll be back and he'll be fine. It's not a hamstring injury. Excuse me, guys. It's not a hamstring injury or anything really that much worse. Thankfully, it's going to be a broken finger. So, I mean, obviously, broken finger never good, but after 4 weeks, he should be fine to come back and play, at a top level again and be a punt returner and no problem at all. It is what it is. That's nothing we can really kind of, fix or go through. It's kind of have to adversity, next man up, and Yoshi's going to get a lot more carries, a lot more look when it comes to the receiving game. The other guy we picked up was a linebacker. So we actually picked up Devin Harper. We went ahead and got him from waivers from Dallas. Now, this is interesting, and the reason why I say this is interesting because, okay, so they wanted to get a linebacker, and the reason why I think is because Akeem Davis-Gaither was kind of limited the last two processes this week, and I think that's why they targeted, a linebacker from Dallas. I would have loved to see them go after someone like, I don't know, Raymond Johnson III. I had to put him in there, okay? No, on a real note, though, who is this guy, Devin Harper? Is he good? Is he not good? Well, as it says right here, he was a former Oklahoma State University player, linebacker. He's a second-year guy. He was a 6th-round draft pick for the Dallas Cowboys in the 2020 NFL draft. And, he's just a guy that, let me actually pull up his stats sheet right here. he's a guy who never really panned out in the NFL. That's why he's on the practice squad, right? But again, that's okay. We bring him in, he learns our system, and hopefully he works out pretty well for us, and there's another body in there to kind of, run our defense. So far, he's only played 3 games his rookie season. He never started any, and he has only he's accumulated 0 stats in his rookie season. This season so far, he's played 3 games, and he has accumulated 3 combined tackles, 2 solo tackles, 1 assist tackle, and that's it. Nothing really, nothing really special there. He'll just be a guy that, if we look at our depth chart real fast, he'll be a guy who slots in right behind Marcus Bailey, and probably won't see the field. But if anything, as a rotational piece, I would assume that's why they're going to be picking him up and adding him to the roster, just simply for that said reason, right? So nothing too crazy special here. We look at the 53-man roster. We have him right here, which actually, no, he slots in right behind Akeem Davis-Gaither. So right behind Marcus Bailey, but in that kind of wing linebacker spot. And again, like I said, I think it's because Akeem Davis-Gaither has been limited the last couple days. He's not 100%. We don't know if he's going to play this upcoming weekend. And if Akeem Davis-Gaither doesn't play, well, you want to have someone as a rotational piece, as that wing linebacker. Jermaine Pratt's going to play most likely 95 to 100% of the snaps. But if you need to bring him out for any reason possible, you need to have another wing linebacker. And that's what Devin Harper is going to be able to come in here. Hopefully, learn the system, learn what he has to do and get the job done, right? And obviously we play on Sunday. Today is Friday, and so we play in 2 days. Hopefully he learns the system very quickly. It's kind of weird to activate a player this quickly off of, someone else's pup squad, but I think really what it comes down to is it really could come down to they thought that, Akeem Davis-Gaither would be fine for this upcoming Sunday. He would be okay to play. And then, as you go throughout the week, sometimes, players have setbacks. Players don't look as good as they did earlier in the week. And maybe if you're limited or there's a problem, then you go, okay, well, hold up. He doesn't look like he can play. We need to have somebody, right? And right now in their practice squad, they don't really have a wing linebacker. So go out there, find somebody else, find someone who's played in the NFL before, who you can kind of give them a quick rundown of the system. Let's be honest, Lou is Lou for a reason. He's one of the best in the game, a defense coordinator. He can get this guy up the pace and to at least a serviceable level where he knows how to, the system runs. And hopefully, fingers crossed here, Akeem Davis-Gaither can play on Sunday. If he can't, hopefully, there's no problem with Jermaine Pratt, and you can kind of just use this guy as depth piece, if anything, as a rotational guy. And again, he'll probably end up being inactive on this upcoming Sunday anyway, if they don't need him. But if they need him, he's a desperation play. You get Friday practice in there. Well, not Friday practice, but you get Saturday, to kind of practice, get him into rhythm, and then you play on Sunday. So, we actually wait, hold up. Tomorrow, we're actually flying to Tennessee, but they're going to do a process after they land, and that's when he'll probably kind of get more of the playbook. Again, like I said, it's a very quick kind of transaction. It's a very quick, okay, we need somebody, go get somebody, right? So again, hopefully he doesn't play. That's what I'll have to say about that. Hopefully this is just a precautionary measure. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.